Hello everyone, and a very good bright and sunny morning from the town which is famous for its hanging coffins and called Sagada, located high up here in the central Cordillera mountain range. After 3 beautiful days in this interesting and mysterious mountain town, I am now leaving for the coastal city of Vigan, which is best known for its beautiful preserved Spanish colonial and Asian architecture. My ride today will take me from here in Sagada, down to the village of Dante, where I will continue on the Skyline Highway to the Narvacan junction. Once I reach the Narvacan junction, I will continue on the Taguitan-Cervantes-Sabangan road and passing the town of Baco and Tadian until I reach the city of Cervantes. From there I will turn left into the Cervantes-Quirino road until I reach the town of Quirino. From the town of Quirino, I will then take the Santiago-Banayoyo, Lidlita, San Emilio-Quirino road, or also called the Skyline Highway by the locals. I will stay on the Skyline Highway until I reach the town of Cabuaro, where I shall merge with the MacArthur Highway, and continuing to drive northbound, passing the towns of Santiago, San Esteban, Santa Maria, and onward to my final destination of Vigan. This whole journey should take me around 8 hours for the approximately 200+ kilometers, traversing many beautiful valleys, mountain ranges, and countless charming villages and towns. So relax, grab some chips and sit back and enjoy the ride. And for anyone who missed the last episode, here is a small recap about the history of Sagada. It is believed that Sagada was initially founded as a refuge from the lowland headhunters. Later, during the Spanish invasion, it also acted as a safe haven for those fleeing the Spanish dictators, and then as well as the other 20th century occupiers. The town's far-flung location and steep terrain kept it isolated for a very long time, which made it possible that even as of today, we can still have a glimpse of the traditional way of life the native Igorot people perform on a daily basis. Now, as a refresher, the Igorot people are the indigenous peoples of the Cordillera here in northern Luzon, and are an ethnic group composed of 9 main ethno-linguistic groups whose domains are in the Cordillera mountain range. They altogether numbering about 1.8 million people, and their languages belong to the Northern Luzon subgroup of the Philippine languages, which in turn belongs to the Austronesian language group, which subsequently belongs to the Malayo-Polynesian language family. These ethnic groups still keep their traditional religion and their way of life by living in the tropical forests of the foothills, or in the rugged grassland and pine forest zones higher up like here in Sagada. Some of their traditions also include a unique burial ritual that the people of Sagada still follow, which starts with the elderly people carving their own coffins out of the hollowed logs, and in case that they are already too weak or too ill, their families will then help to prepare their coffins for them. The coffins and the deads are then brought to a cave or a cliff for their burial, where they are then placed inside their coffins. And I also learned that sometimes it seems to be necessary to break their bones so to fit them into their coffins. It is a very ancient custom that starts with a burial gathering led by the deceased's family and relatives. The burial usually includes many days of mourning, butchering of livestock, and preparing the body for entombment. Thereafter, a family member carries the body to the cave or cliff where the coffin is waiting. It is believed that carrying the dead would transfer luck, blessings, and talents to the family. Instead of being placed into the ground, the coffins are then hung either inside the caves or on the face of the cliffs, near the hanging coffins of their ancestors. The Sagada people have been practicing such burials for over 2,000 years, and some of the coffins are well over many centuries old. Eventually, as I could see, some of the coffins that are suspended in the rocky cliffs of the Sagada's Echo Valley are already quite deteriorated, and will sooner or later eventually fall from their precarious positions. The reason the coffins were hung was due to the belief that the higher the dead were placed, the greater the chance of their spirits reaching a higher nature in the afterlife. Many of the locations of the coffins are difficult to reach, and obviously should be left alone out of respect, but we are permitted to see some of these burial places from afar by guided tours. It showed me that these traditional practice and sacred burial rites is a part of the people's rich historical, spiritual, and cultural heritage that serves as a testament to the enduring culture of the Igorot people. This is just one of the many ancient rituals and traditions that the people here in the Cordillera administrative region have preserved and still follow.
Vigan? To Vigan?
Vigan?
Vigan.
Vigan?
This way?
No.
You don't know?
Baguio.
No, no Baguio. Vigan.
Vigan?
Yeah.
Wait, Vigan. Vigan.
You don't know? Okay.
By now you might have noticed that I left Sagada well behind me and cruising along the Chico River, here in the beautiful Chico River Valley. The Chico River is a river system that is encompassing the regions of the Cordillera and the Cagayan Valley and is the longest tributary of the Cagayan River with a total length of 233 kilometers. It is the most extensive river here in the Cordillera region, and it covers the mountain province, as well as the Kalinga and the Cagayan province. It is also referred to as a river of life for the Kalinga people who live on its banks, and is well known among development workers because of the Chico River Dam project, an electric power generation project which local residents resisted for 3 decades before it was finally shelved in the 1980s. Its highest headwaters begins up here in Baco along the slopes of the Mount Data, and flows northeastward through towns, cities and municipalities including Bontoc, Sabangan, Sadanga, Labuagan, Tabuk, Rizal, and finally arriving at Santo Niño, where it then merges with the Cagayan River.
Definitely sinking area. Look at the house. My God. Oh my gosh. the rice fields.
Driving on the Upper Tadian Valley Road, I am now here at the BB viewing deck and overlooking the amazing Tadian Valley with its outstanding Mount Mogeo in the background, which is also called the Mount Clitoris due to its distinctive shape and is in fact an extinct volcano. After descending from the Tadian Upper Mountain Valley Road, I now reached the valley floor of the Lagben River Valley and will now cross the 180-meter-long Aliling Bridge. This bridge connects the provinces of Ilocos Sur and the Mountain Province and crossing over the Lagben River, which is also called the Abra River. I learned that it took them nearly 4 decades and 6 presidents, until the residents here in Cervantes finally saw the finished bridge, which took more than 35 years of work. From the beginning, when the project was conceptualized in the year of 1978 until it was finally finished in the year of 2013. I just reached another crossroad here in the town of Cervantes. I could go straight over the Besong Pass, but I decided to turn to my right and take the Skyline Highway, which will start after the town of Quirino. Anyway, the earliest known historical document about this town called Cervantes is that it started as a small Igorot trading village where the Igorot people traded with the passing Chinese merchants, who frequently crossed this trail that is connecting the lowland with the highland of the neighboring provinces. Oh dear, look at this steepness of the road. Perhaps the camera doesn't make justice to it, but then just look how slow the truck is going into this curve. All I can say is that this road is amazingly insane.
Look at this road. It's just insane. Oh my God, so steep.
Having now reached the town of Quirino, here in Ilocos Sur, which is a bit of a confusing town to navigate.
Vigan?
Yeah.
To Vigan?
Yeah.
Go down here. Okay.
The same.
Oh, it's the same?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
But nevertheless, I was already so amazed by the beautiful and challenging mountain road leading here to Quirino, that it doesn't bother me anymore. The road started to get really exciting once it gained on elevation shortly after the village of Remedios, and the higher up I got the nicer the views over the Lagban Abra River Valley was getting. It is just an unbelievable beautiful sight you have to experience by yourself when driving here in this mountainous area. I am so happy I am taking this detour and will now continue my journey up and towards the Skyline View Deck on this Santiago-Banayoyo Lidlita, Santiago-Quirino Road, and toward the MacArthur Highway in Cabireo, near to the coast. So let's continue and experience the highlight of today's journey, the infamous Skyline Highway right up to the Skyline Viewing Deck, and see what it is really all about it.
Skyline, oh. Here we go, nearly wrong again. My God, so confusing.
I finally reached the Skyline View Deck, which must be situated at an elevation of around 1,000 plus meters, and just look at how amazing the view is. Overlooking the whole mountain range on my right, with the Mount Tuwato in the background and the Tirad Peak closer to me, and all the peaks towering from 1,200 meters up to more than 1,700 meters, and then deep down in the valley we have the Lagban Abra River silently flowing at an elevation of around 300 plus meters above sea level. Now that is a difference of more than 700 meters in elevation, which is quite a bit. I have to admit that my words gives no justice to how wonderful this place is, and combined with the cool air up here it makes me really feel like I am in a heavenly place. So and now, as the saying goes, what goes up must go down. The road was already very steep and challenging coming up here, so I do not expect anything less on my way down. Come and let's see together how steep it will get.
I'm amazed how steep these roads are here. Don't even want to know how many cars or trucks have the brake failure. My God. Shit. Hello. Okay. Thank you.
As you might have also noticed, I already left the challenging and steep descending mountain roads behind me, and reached the more calmer roads, without the many attention-demanding and thrilling hair-needle switchback curves. Needless to say that it was an amazing stretch to ride. Unfortunately, this part of the journey is already behind me, and I am now traversing more or less on the lower areas of the Ilocos Sur province. And by now I reached the area of Lidlita and Banayoyo, which are known for its protected landscapes, of natural springs and the surrounding mountain forests here in this province. Moreover, I learned that this area is an important watershed area which is providing the much-needed water requirements for the agricultural and household needs of the whole communities in the municipalities of Lidlita and Banayoyo, and that it was established already back in 1936, and known as the Lidlita Watershed Forest Reserve Project. And here I reached the MacArthur Highway, which will take me north to my final destination of today, which is the city of Vigan. Of course, the traffic here is again much more hectic to ride. Riding now on my final leg of today, I just reached the city of Santiago, where in the year of 1717, the Moro pirates attacked Apari and the Northern Luzon, including the pueblo of Santiago. The people of Santiago fought the pirates with available weapons, such as bows and arrows, and church bells rang to warn the people. The missionaries prayed for the safety of the people, and the pirates fled southward. After the battle, the town was named Santiago, which is Spanish for Saint James, in honor of the image of Saint James the Greater that the missionaries held high during the battle. And here in San Esteban it is said that the Spaniards named the pueblo San Esteban because they have received reports of a vagabond named Iban, which having been stoned to death and beheaded by hostile natives in the place called Naglawayan, which is an early place of worship by the natives, and currently the site of the municipal cemetery. Iban is the Ilocano equivalent of Stephen, hence the pueblo was being named San Esteban. Now the community here, which is called Santa Maria, must have been already an organized settlement before the Spaniards arrived here in the Philippines. When Captain Juan de Salcedo conquered the Ilocos in 1572, they found out that the people were already engaged in a brisk trade and commerce with the Japanese and the Chinese traders. Their main industries were fishing and farming, and to some extent weaving of cotton cloth and pottery. And this town here, called Narvacan, got their name because the military officer and navigator, Captain Juan de Salcedo, was shipwrecked here along the town's coast in 1576. And when they were being rescued by the natives, the Spaniards asked the natives what was the name of their place. The residents' leader replied in an Ilocano dialect by asking the Spaniards, "Narvacan?" which means in Ilocano dialect, "Are you shipwrecked?" The Spaniards then thought that this is the answer to their question, and from then on the place was referred to as Narvacan, simple and easy as this. And now I am approaching the new Quirino bridge that opened to vehicular traffic 15 years ago. The old bridge, which is situated parallel and was also called the Banaoan Bridge, was already downgraded to a mere tourist spot for photo ops a few years ago. It then also partially collapsed due to strong winds and heavy rains brought about by the super typhoon called Igorot that raged last year during the month of July. And finally, after a long and exciting ride of more than 200 kilometers, and crossing several mountain ranges and traversing countless valleys in 8 hours, I am now entering the city of Vigan, which is located on the western coast of Luzon. Vigan is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the few Spanish colonial towns in the Philippines whose old structures have mostly remained intact, but more about this in my next episode. And with this, I will end my epic adventure ride, which started in the town of Sagada and is ending here in the city of Vigan. Thanks for watching, and for now I call it a day. I already checked into my hotel, so I am looking forward to see you back in my next part, where I will explore the city of Vigan, which is known for its best preserved Spanish colonial architecture, and also named as one of the new 7 Wonder Cities. So don't miss it, and see you back soon.